My pleasure to be at AFMASS Expo 2026, Lusaka, Zambia. My name is Alfred Sinyangwe. I work for A1 or AL Milling company in Lusaka. I am the one in charge of all the milling operations at that company. My experience has been very good. I've been able to network with people from different industries. I've been able to get information from companies like Beulah, particularly in the milling section, and also Andres, who are dealing with stock feed, though that's not my specialty, but since it is a milling family, it's been quite informative getting information. And also just interacting with other participants, for example, some from across the country, Zimbabwe, who are in the same industry, just getting to get experiences of what they are facing, the challenges and what they are going through. That could be helpful to us as AL Milling here in Zambia. The challenges in maize millers are several, but let me try to just show just a few. The industry itself is extremely competitive. There are a lot of milling companies in Zambia, and Lusaka in particular. And so for a company to keep going and in business, quality of the product that you're sending on the market is critical, okay? So you need to, as a company, overcome the challenge of quality, meaning you need to have qualified staff or qualified people running your enterprise who understand the process from grain purchase up to distribution, so that they get on the market a product that will be acceptable to the consumers. But secondly is the acquisition of raw material. You know, we don't have raw material being sold throughout the year. What happens is that Zambia has seasons when the raw material is in abundance and seasons when raw material is not available. So it is incumbent upon a particular company in Zambia to plan their purchase of raw material as well as the storage of raw material. Ideally, it would be good if any milling company could stock raw material, say for 3 months. Okay, you have 3 months buffer stock so that in the 3 months you are not struggling to get raw material, but within that 3 months you know that your stock will run out, so you need to top up. And then you need to identify suppliers that are committed to supplying you good material, because in the supply chain, you may find not so good quality material. And as a milling company that is buying, you need to have systems or quality controls which enables you to purchase the correct raw material, so that when you put that raw material in the process of milling, you have the end product, which is very good and acceptable to the consumers, and also grow your market. Aflatoxin issue is quite a big issue. Though to some people, the aflatoxin issue they could have been hearing it for the first time. It has been there previously, but on a very smaller scale. And so it wasn't really heard as we heard it a few years ago. And now what affected us a few years ago is that we had maize that had aflatoxins. And all because we didn't have enough grain, and in the process, some milling companies were simply buying whatever they could find, and that led into some millers purchasing grain that had aflatoxins, of course with consequences on the humans as well as the animals like cattle and goats and pigs. But then to mitigate against a repeat of this, I think my appeal first of all goes to the growers, the farmers, that the farmers should take care of what they are growing, particularly when it comes to the drying process of the grain. One of the issues with aflatoxins is that they will begin to manifest at a point of maize drying process. For example, our rainfall season here ends somewhere in April or late March. And at that point, a farmer needs to put in place plans to harvest that crop, secure it in a place which is not allowing water to seep through, either in a warehouse or silo, and at a correct moisture content. And the correct moisture content for drying is 12%. But of course, when they harvest, the moisture will be on the higher side. But then if a farmer subjects that maize to any moisture, external moisture, it will develop aflatoxins. And that aflatoxins, the maize will be supplied with infestation of aflatoxins to the milling company. But unfortunately, again, many milling companies in Zambia don't have the color sorters, which will be able to sort out grain that is affected with aflatoxins. That's a challenge. And so it's a two-way thing, meaning the milling companies to make an investment into the purchases of the sortex or sorting machines that will sort out grain that has aflatoxins, either in the wheat or the maize or soybeans, whatever groundnuts, whatever grain it might be. But also on the farmers, that the farmers take care. Because sometimes in Zambia, the rains might finish, but you may find sudden rains come, say mid-April or even May. And we are fortunate enough to have the weather department of the government warning to say, secure your crops. And that's very, very important, that the farmers should keep their ears open to information in terms of securing the grain so that they are not affected. Because you look at it this way, a farmer that grows a good crop and then they expose it to not so good storage facilities, it gets soaked, so they make a loss at that point. Secondly, if they attempt to sell it to a milling company that has facilities to check the level of infestation of aflatoxins, the milling company will reject the crop, meaning again the farmer loses. So it's not a win-win situation. It's a lose-lose. So we need to move away from that scenario where the farmer loses because of not taking care of the grain that they've invested in so much, but also on the milling side, that the millers equally invest in equipment that can sort out or isolate grain that has aflatoxins, so that what goes in the process is very good and acceptable according to the Zambian standards. The importance of the AFMASS event to myself as well as AL Milling is critical, in the sense that when you stay in a field, for example, milling, and there's a tendency to feel you have arrived. Okay, you have all the knowledge, you have all the experience, you don't need anything. But you see, AFMASS just brings to the table just a view that actually there is a lot to learn, because you learn from the experiences of other players in the market. You learn from research done, for example, in the milling industry, things that are coming on the table in the milling industry, and that things that we need to adjust. So milling is dynamic. You don't need to be static. We need to be moving with the trends. So as research is done in the milling process, a platform like AFMASS gives me an opportunity to basically up my skills, so that when I go back, I'll be able to apply what I've learned from here, from the information from the experts in the other fields, as well as experiences from those who are in the same field but in different, perhaps, localities, what they experience. So I pick something from there. And so I would encourage that AFMASS continues on this trajectory of continually bringing this fora, to the players in the industry, so that we continue learning, because learning has no limitation, if I can put it that way. We keep on learning and learning and learning, so that the more knowledge we get, the better our skills become, and the better the product that the beneficiaries will not only be the milling companies, but will be the customers at the end of the chain.